All right, I'm going to demonstrate drawing some cross-hatched things, some forms, and some hatching. So first I'm going to be copying this cross-hatching demonstration examples that I found. And so first the lines go this direction, and then they go this direction. So this is from the warm-up exercise you're going to be doing in your next assignment. And the kind of lines go this way, and then we have they use this B, they have lines going kind of like this, and then they have lines kind of going like this, and some extra lines there, and they start to curve them a little bit here, and some lines crossing in this direction. So that's B. And then C, we have like some ribboning here. Ribboning just means going back and forth with a continuous line. And ribboning cross. And then that's C. And then D shows what's called patch hatching, which is shorter little hatches. So that's D, that's patch hatching. And then I'm going to show you how to shade a cylinder. Okay, so we got our cylinder form. And it's a cone, not a cylinder. All right, we're shading our cone and just doing lines like I see in this demonstration here. My lines are pretty much the same value, but ideally you should be trying to get darker and then have them get lighter. And so that's A. And then B shows another cone shape and lines continuing in the way we just drew, but then lines crossing over this direction at an angle, wrapping around the sphere, the cone. And maybe darkening a little bit more on the top and the edge, doing an extra set. And you can even do some lighter lines over here. And bring these lines, you don't want these lines to stop exactly in the same place or it'll look pretty weird. And then doing another one. And this cone is kind of narrow. So we have our lines that we started with. This is B. Lines are darker ideally here, and they get lighter as they go this way. And then we have the lines wrapping. And then I can wrap again, a little bit closer. And this example shows just some more darkening in certain areas like the base of the form. You can do some more hatching down and across. And bringing your lines out a little more. And even darkening a little more at the top and the edge. Another set of lines and at the base. If you feel like you need some in between lines, you can always make some in between lines. If you feel like you have too many lines, you can always take a neat eraser and kind of lighten up a little bit. Try to redo that. All right, so that's pretty good. So that's C, and now we're going to do a cylinder. And you're going to start with lines just going straight down, about halfway across, lines on the inside, and then you want to cross lines going around on the inside and lines wrapping around, but not all the way to meet these lines, just part of the way. And so this is step 1. This is our next cylinder. Same thing, lines going about halfway. You want your lines going down this way, and then wrapping around a little bit, and then your lines wrapping around this way. But what you can add, maybe a couple of faint lines, add some faint lines in here. And also darken a little bit more around this edge and add a few more lines. Can gradually get lighter. And then darken along this edge and get a little bit more, a few more lines in here. And that's basically your cylinder there. Add a few more lines. All right, so they added a few lines going this direction to just add a little bit more value. So another angle. All right, that's basically your cylinder. Maybe just to make it a little more continuous, I might bring some lines over a little bit more. If you have a weird line going in a strange direction, you might want to erase it because it doesn't always look good. All right, so next we're going to have some more cones, but in a different type of cone. Oh, haven't finished, sorry, with this final form. The final form is really just darkened even more with another set of hatches and darkening the outline, the edge a little bit, and bringing the lines around maybe a little bit more. If you can. All right, so that would be step 2 and 3 basically. Then we're going to do another set of cones. And A, B, and C. And these cones are going to be different than this. These are straight lines. These are going to wrap at a curve, attempting to follow a little bit more of the contour possible. So that would be step 1, is getting some lines kind of following the contour. Step 2 would be, B, would be getting those lines down first. And then going in another direction, I'm going to go kind of downward, but just kind of along the edge here, just to create a little more value. And maybe I'm going to go a little longer. And the last step would involve doing your first step, A, and then B, which is this kind of like downward stroke. And then C, which involves maybe going in another direction along the edge. to really darken along the edge. And then also, if you want, you can add some more lighter line values that go further along your form. So you can see this looks a little more organic than this method. All right, last thing we're gonna do is an apple. And I'm gonna kind of draw a circle and then modify it a little bit to try to make it into an apple. Okay, so the first step, the lines wrapping around the contour of this apple. You can see that I'm going this way and this way. A few lines going up. There's a couple little marks I'm going to make around the stem. This is the stem. This is the outline of the apple. Okay. And then I'm going to draw some hatched lines going in this direction, another direction along the bottom. So it's an opposite direction. You can carry those a little further. And I'm going to carry some lines also a little further up. And then I'm just going to add a lot more value by adding some darker lines here along the base in another direction, maybe some lines going in a slightly different direction. It's a shading from the stem. Some more lines maybe around here. And you don't want to overdo this. It's kind of a hard thing because too many lines and it's going to look like a mess. Try to follow the contours if you can. And that's basically an apple there you got there. I'm going to go even darker on this apple.